everyone. This is something that's a little bit different on this channel. It's not StarCraft, it's not Stormgate, but it's a game I've been playtesting for the last year, 18 months or so. It's a ton of fun. It's a MOBA, it's a battle royale, it's chaos, it's bloodshed. Certainly, actually, it might be a revolution. It's called Supervive. It's a lot of fun, and I had the opportunity to cast a couple show matches with some of the devs, with some other casters. A guy named Logic, who's going to be in this this VOD today. He's a FGC guy. But anyways, let me know what you think about it. Do you want to see more of it on this channel? You want me to spin up another channel and kind of get this out of here and keep this RTS focused? I'd love your feedback. Let me know. But for now, it's a first look at Supervive, at least a previous build about a month ago. And I'll see you on the islands, or whatever they call this space where everything happens. See you there.
Welcome everybody that's watching. BeoMulf, I'm excited to cast with you. I'm pretty sure we played the game together on a whim, if I'm not mistaken, and we're talking about casting.
I think that's probably true. And unfortunately, I was going to say, well, I clearly beat you, but I think if we talked about it, we were on the same team, so I can't claim any supremacy there, which is really sad. Because everyone knows when we're talking about a video game, it's not about the fact that we're watching a game happening and we get to finally take a look at what the alpha looks like. I need to establish dominance over my co-caster, so everyone knows that I'm the better, not just the better caster, I'm the better person in this lobby.
I'm glad you feel that way. Let me try to get my mic turned down just a little bit.
Anyways,
it's completely wrong, but that's fine. That's fine. You know.
No, but as we get started here, it's actually kind of important to talk about, because the map is a lot bigger than it used to be. We got the desert on the bottom side. We have a hot zone. We got a medium tier zone. We got a gold zone, or a cold zone. And importantly, as we see, like, what is that? 3 teams hot dropping onto Academy. You got an XP. You got an ability to get to level 5 pretty quickly, which means it's immediate death. One green team knocks down the other. I don't know what that was, Logic, but I can tell you what the outcome was. Very, very sad.
I think that may have been one of the first, like, the earliest eliminations ever. I was adjusting my mic at the time, so I didn't get a chance to fully see it. But if they're gone in the show matches, everyone lives forever except apparently this team.
Yeah, I thought it was only 2 players that went down, so the team may... Yeah, 10 quads are still remaining, but that is just about the worth opportunity. Now that means our green team, level 3, getting into it pretty early, but looks like the creep clearing for the most part has been good for Lavender. So even still, getting that advantage early on when you're trying to get yourself up to take advantage of the tome, get yourself to level 5, it's a big deal. It looks like positioning for right now, Puppy just got to run away. He's very split off from the rest of the team. And by the way, the team that all died earlier, somehow one of them is level 4. Not enough, but you got something.
You know, I think the level 4 to level 3, I don't think is as big of an issue. Yeah, you're a little bit stronger, but at least everyone has access to their abilities. It's that 2 to 3 jump that is always so concerning to me in the early fights.
Yeah, and then of course level 5 is, well, putting that ultimate ready to go. It's such a power spike, but for right now, I mean, our line team just has to run away. You can't go in the air like that. Just, man, dodges it anyways, really hovers on the space bar. But even still, despite the advantage that I thought our lime green team was going to have, or whatever green you want to call that, it seems like they're getting really split up, and Lavender is just truly out fighting them here around the edge.
Oh, that was so smart.
Find something, but no,
yes, using hunters to go through the wall.
Yeah. It's actually super sick. Good point.
Right there. Yeah. But as you were saying, you know, lime green, it's weird because it looks like they had a pincer scenario where they could have actually collapsed on blue, but then opting not to do it, splitting up, and then just, I don't know why they're just holding them off, but they said, hey, it's okay. And blue team not able to capitalize on it.
Hey, again, you would think you'd have that power spike, a level 2 to level 3. Lavender doesn't have all their level 3s yet, so you're missing a defensive skill or an ability, a mobility skill, damage, something like what's happening. But also, as we get started here, we got to talk about not only the fact that there's a ton of fighting in Academy, and they're just probably the quickest first blood I've ever seen, but it's bullet trains, right? It's bullet trains, it's those speedy trains. You got to be so careful on the track. And you know, Logic, if we don't have at least one team get wiped from it this game, I'm going to be really sad.
If no teams get wiped by it, I think we just redo the entire show match. We just do it again. Oh, and right now, okay, using kind of Void to just escape. You would think that Void was in a poor position right there, but you know, HH, we're just calling him that from now on. Just casually toying around the heart for no reason, just leaving on a whim. Pretty easy stuff right there.
Yeah, maybe, well, I guess he's maybe one player of the team remains too, trying to get that free res, but it is actually interesting. So one of the changes, and I don't have the answer to this yet because I haven't had a chance to play, but one of the changes they made was now that there's one puzzle on the trains, which means that gives you all of the, that gives you access to loot there. And with 3 trains running on, is it only 1 train has the puzzle? All 3 trains have the puzzles. For now, Red's just going to try to show up here.
Not
Big
sure.
nuke's going to get dropped. Zones him off the high ground. But the problem is the vault's already taken. So yeah, you drop a nuke, and that's just a long cooldown available. It's not really going to accomplish a ton.
It was just to make a statement.
Oh,
you know, PYN goes over there, says, hey, we do have a nuke. We're willing to use it right now. But then they just kind of leave. But they started off aggressively. But right now, Orange kind of stalking their prey right now. Just following Dark Red wherever they go. I'm not sure if Dark Red is aware of this or not. But they're kind of leaving, but it's weird. You have a Kingpin, you know, you can go for a hook right now. You can kind of start the fight on your terms instead of letting your opponents get to you. But going for that positional advantage, gonna take that campfire, has complete vision right now. Gotta love it right now if you're PYN.
Yeah, gotta be really careful with Mirage as well, just really running behind. But one of the coolest things when we look at these high-level lobbies, they're all so good at just feathering that space bar, feathering on top of it. And you know, like a month ago, 2 months ago, we would have absolutely seen people and just get knocked out of the sky. That is so rare now that it's almost like the crevasse is not all that scary at the moment. That's a great hook coming in for the Ronin, but for right now, it seems like it's not really gonna commit dash in. Just a little bit too scary. So poke damage, and the most important thing here, Logic, as we take a look at what's happening, is the fact that armor's getting taken down. Flappy Penguin's got none of it. It's all shattered. And that means that re-engaging, you're either going to have to find a repair somewhere, but re-engaging gets harder and harder as the game goes on. Even as they do pump through and get just a little bit more items. I'm blind, I can't really see what it is, but adding a little bit more powers to their kit, but minus HP, probably the most important thing here.
It is. And as you were talking about, you know, when your armor is completely gone, you take extra damage as well. So you're not necessarily down a fighter, but if you get caught without armor, you pretty much blow up right away. Oh, and bullet trains, you were talking about that earlier. Bullet trains are in effect, so it's going to be a bit faster. Green team might want to be wary of that. Oh, great hook right there. Gets the snipe. 3v4 scenario lining up right now if Lime Green wants to take the fight. And they're going on the aggressive, but I mean, you were talking about earlier the high-level teams and feathering. Also, their escapes are just so much better right now at this point. No one's really just kind of getting completely wiped out right away, knowing that they need to just, hey, abandon ship but a snipe? With the question mark thing afterwards. All right, it's not a BM, but you are going to pay for it dearly with your life immediately after.
Oh, no, it's BM, but we support it. I cannot get over the fact that you have a Shrike, or whatever the name is, running across. A Firefox is chasing. Firefox does damage over time, right? You don't get that perfect on how you feather your glider. You're into the ground. It is gone. You're into the void. It's not going to happen. But even as we talk about, by the way, these teams getting knocked out, we're still at a stage in the game. I don't know if we have a game clock anywhere. We're like 5 or 6 minutes in, where there we go, 6:46. Tom Kick's gonna have to run out into the anti-heal spikes, but just gets out. Oh, now it's Apple. Stem Apple tries to get on top. And what I'm trying to say here is deaths don't matter a ton outside for levels at this point because there's enough respawn beacons available. But now, as things get a little bit smaller, a little bit more tight, okay, he's gonna knock down. I was gonna say, how is he still alive here? But our green team, PC, really covering the edge, making it so hard to get across. And yeah, they're gonna find their way, but it looks like at least one other player here, Logic, they're gonna get knocked down, 2 remain, and it's just damage, it's XP, it's levels, it's loot. That's the big advantage here.
It is, man. Another thing, as you were talking about advantage, is that whenever you do get a knock, you get to, you know, put a point into one of your your items. You know, you get to kind of power it up a little bit. So even though you may not necessarily level up in a manner that always matters, just having a stronger weapon, the more teams you kill, kind of benefits you a lot. And I really just kind of like that the dev team did that. Oh, well, hold up. There might be another fight happening right now. GG right now in a great position in terms of not having to fight, but they're not in the best position when it comes to actually trying to get that soul. And I can't see what that soul is. Is that the damage soul or the armor soul? I believe it's damage because it's red.
Yeah, I'll buy that one. Now, the really cool thing about this, by the way, if you can go and you can bait out the big shot that we see happening right there, you can bait that out onto the Flappy Penguin side, onto Easy P, as now they're going to go right across, trying to contest this on the idea that Pink is very low. For the time being, it doesn't look like it's all that bad. Armor is pretty heavily damaged. But man, they're just fighting all over this, and that's a bad eye shot. Flappy Penguin, 50% HP. Freeze Zone goes down as well, but it's not going to hit a ton. Even still, it looks like, oh, never mind. I was going to say, it looks like Easy P for the moment has a bit of an HP lead, and then they get shut down like by there. There we go. It is the armor soul, not the damage soul. You know, it's hard to see. They're going to get run out of there, which means, look, they got the res, they got the armor soul. That now means that You give them a little time, they're gonna have that armor back. Top kick from the backside.
Where you wanna be.
That is not a res that you
not
ever
getting
want to find.
Okay, yeah, I mean, tries to go for the res, a little sneaky right there. No teams have been eliminated yet, but right now, Tom Kick might be the first one. It's a little rough. I don't know how you're going to escape right now. I don't care how good you are. They are stalking. They are coming at you, but maybe I spoke too soon somehow. The little into that clip, it runs into another team. Not what you want. Not how you thought this story was going to end. Oh, is he still? There's no way.
Oh, he's dead. He's dead. He's no way. Yeah,
okay.
Absolutely. So,
but I mean, that was a great show. You know, I would watch that movie time and time again. You know.
Oh yeah, even better. He had his teammate on one of the bullet trains. No one's dead still. he dies and gets immediately revived. Now they're fighting with Lime Green on the north side. Thank you, Qualifier, for getting us to see what's happening. And we're 10 minutes in. The circle's getting very small. Now it's to the point where deaths might start to stick a little bit. Not a ton of res beacons available. As now, who is that puppy just on the backside with a rocket jumper? And just bouncing all over the place. The tech here, the movement is beautiful. And fighting the guys just one makes this so hard. That freeze ult is gonna knock one down. Top kick, he was just dead. He's alive again, but he's just got to get the hell out of dodge at this point. Fades as well. I mean, again, deaths at this point looks like they're gonna start to stick a little bit more. Not a lot of res beacons available.
Yeah, that's definitely a great thing to point out. Not a lot of res beacons, but also just there's teams everywhere right now. Pretty much it's kind of like walking over a minefield. Wherever you go at the moment, you're going to run into someone, and we see that right now as they're fighting over this soul. Earlier, I thought it was a possibly damaged soul. I was mistaken. It was armor soul. This one's definitely the damaged soul.
That
and whoever gets this is going to be big.
Yeah, getting that much damage on top of everything is just so key in this game. But you got to be careful about the crystals, right? So we're seeing this fight over the soul, and people aren't actually going for the crystals. So of course the way a boss works, you do damage to the boss, unlocks crystals that you have to go kill, and then you damage the boss down. And in a game like this where it is so close, okay, so Lavender's team can't go and get the crystals because there are teams guarding them all. Other teams don't want to unlock it because they don't want to give that Lavender the size. For now, again, massive freeze is going to go down. Oathbreaker as well, just slaps down on everything. And this, I was going to say, might be a dead team, but we got look at me Yggdrasil on the backside, just hiding away around the death zone with the wall there, making it so hard to do anything. So most of his team's dead, and there's not really a lot of position for him to go, but at least he's still around.
I mean, look, sometimes you just want front row seats to the action, and that's exactly what he was doing right there. Watching it all unfold, unfortunately really lonely while it's happening. Lonely for him, but not for anyone around the soul right now. There are 3 teams just kind of vying for position, deciding, is it worth one for the soul? That was so smart. Got the hook, but how are you actually going to take it? There is a boss that's still there. You have that shot that pretty much takes half your HP, and anyone can kind of sneak in right now and go for that fight if they want to.
So here's the play. You want to play on the side of the team so you can bait those shots out just like that and make it a lot harder for, say, EZP to find their way on in. But for right now, drops on top. Flint going absolutely massive here. And remember, he has that armor soul. He can disengage, re-engage, get all that armor back, go again. So for right now, the damage soul, 80% HP here, trying to knock that down, give yourself the advantage in the following fights. But it's so hard because the minute you commit onto it, you're going to have EZP run again. And remember, they have the soul. They have the armor soul. Damage doesn't stick to them nearly as hard, so they're going to try to go in once again, playing on the edge, playing midair here. Flappy Pay would look to go in from the right side, dashing on top of everything. The damage isn't sticking yet, but the ults are going down. Assault knocks everything down, and this is exactly what they're looking for. Everyone's off the damage soul, and you just can't deal with the healing at this stage. They're forced off, and even if it looks like EU's going to get the rest of their team back, the damage soul and the armor soul now on EZP, and I mean, logic, that's a winning combination right there. How do you fight into that? So much damage and just so much healing as well.
It's the best of both worlds. And at this point, that's a great question. How do you fight into it? I don't know. That's why I'm only talking about the game right now and not actually trying to figure it out. Oh, they are hiding in the bush. They only see the Kingpin right now, and the ambush is live. They say the Hogs never lose. We're going to find out right now as they initiate this fight. Kingpin gets one hook right there into the instant stun. Rocket Jumper immediately jumping in, trying to help out his friend, but immediately retreating right after. And it's a 3v2 right now. Going for that revive. Going to be really difficult for Puppy to stop this revive. And it's just, I was going to say it's looking rough, but I guess they just called a truce to say, you know what, look, you got somebody, we got somebody. Let's just leave. We'll live to fight again another day.
Yeah, but here's the problem, right? It was a full knockout. Not just the Wisp there, not just a revive, total death on the side of our green team. Meanwhile, red team, yeah, they get knocked a little bit, but now they're down. Or now they're back up again, and now Snood comes to the backside. Hook doesn't land, but now you're between a rock and a hard place. Now, where do you go? You got to knock the birds down. And look, we do have last man standing available on Puppy, so you give him 2 minutes. They're going to come back up, but I mean, who is willing to give this team 2 minutes?
Well, look at me is just toying right now with the purple team, which is just so amusing to watch. I'm just gonna glide around, fly, why not? But everybody is now trickling in bit by bit, and only one of these teams is down a man. So a little concerning if you're lime green. None of these fights will be on equal footing. Red in a great position right now. Did have that campfire, but boy, did it leave quickly. Immediately just trying to leave with that ultimate from Rocket Jumper. Bishop, let's say it the right way now.
Yeah, no, there we go. I loved, by the way, just seeing him hide in that bush. It looked like a really good flank, just not enough. Really found out a little bit too quickly, takes that damage. But now we're going to see a bonfire go down, giving probably the PYN maybe a little bit more vision. So now we're going to see a nuke down on top of it just to make sure the bonfire goes away. Vision is power in the late game, and removing that as quick as possible is such an important thing. But now logic is we're getting even later here. So, looks like PYN's going to try to get on top of things. Healing for now, trying to pop that, just get himself right back up to full on everything. Phoenix kit right there. But we need to start talking about the god spots, right? These positions that you can hide, that allow you to close out areas, that are maybe where the circle's gonna hopefully finish on, that allows you to go and make sure that people are coming into you, not the other way around. Is, man, look at this giant triple, so ballsy on the left side. You see, maybe we can get something here.
And BeoMulf, as you were talking about kind of that positioning, the question mark pings are coming out, and positioning does not matter when you're just in the fray like this, but immediately escaping, somehow managing to live. Red team damaged a little bit, but nothing too bad. But just positioning is so big, and it feels like as the players and teams get better and better, just positioning from the high-level teams seems to be a huge difference maker. And that's one thing, if you played in the last playtest when they did the little focus one, where they had kind of the MMR kick in, all of the teams just seem to understand positioning so much more than just, I guess you would say, the normal cues, where MMR didn't matter as much. And you see it every time on the show match.
Oh, yeah, no, it's kind of fun. Like, Hook just barely misses. You know, Kingpin nerfs your baby. Not going to quite work out here. Oh, Jaeger's again. I'm so impressed with their ability to dodge these. Now Major Pleasure bottom side. But again, it's so scary. And now they're on the tracks. And
okay, they knew.
Well, actually, I guess that was an illusion from stealth. So yeah, no, he's actually okay. But you know, it almost looked really fun.
Yeah, and so many times there's just a member that gets picked off, but you're not able to actually get in to finish the entire team. I believe we still are sitting at 9 teams right now, despite how long this game has been going on. Drops the nuke right there, and well, one elimination does happen right there. A member going down instantly. And Joshua Morrison, can you do it? You have 1 minute and 30 seconds, or you got to pick up one of these kills. Which one do you want to go after? That might be the opening right there, but not able to pull it off. And 2v1 right now. Joshua Morrison using that stealth, going to a bush, gonna hide and try to bide his time.
He's gonna be forced in eventually, but dashes bottom side, dashes again. Mantle's on top of everything, but he's got it. He's got it. No, he gets him. He gets the kill, and now they're all back up. It's a scary bridge, though. They gotta run away. But the clutch factor from JMO is fantastic. And now they got a really good spot too. I don't know where it is in the circle, but they're on the island. There are only so many attack patterns, and all of a sudden, man, TC's right back in it.
I'm already just gonna say, JMO, as you like to say it, is the MVP of this game already. I don't care win or lose at this point. But right now, Orange just over there fighting the boss, trying to get that power off of them. And how is Flo? I do not remember the new name. Just 1v3 and casually with the healer right there. Not something you expect to see.
Well, you know what? Sometimes the best healing is death. Logic. They can't do damage to you if you kill them off. I play a War Master cleric. It's or a War Domain cleric. It's great. It works out every time. They're just taking it in here. But yeah, it's insane that you look at that. Well, the other surprising thing, and you talk about these high level lobbies starting to do this more. We have a level 9 squad that has an armor soul, that has a damage soul, and we're not really seeing them clean up because, again, as you talked about, the macro play, the positioning is so important. And we talk about God zones. Easy P right here. This is a very small spire.
Yeah, that's not a God zone, okay? Demi-God zone, if you will. I would say that's a rock and a hard place, but somehow sitting there comfortably despite the fact there's sharks all around them. And you just have chonkers just throwing them out there just for fun.
Oh, that's a massive move in. J-Mo brought the team back up, and they're going to get knocked down real quickly. This is not going to work, even with the Chonkers, everything else. I think J-Mo's still alive. I'm not totally sure. Saw someone north side. But that was an ill-advised attack, I think. Yeah, J-Mo again still alive here, healing his teammate up. And look, as long as you got one player remaining, there's still a chance. They're still here.
And that's really what matters, you know? And the map is so small at this point that we don't even have to zoom out and look anywhere else. Just everyone's all in one big cluster just having at it. Oh, it was a bait right there. Tricked oh so hard. You thought you were getting the opponent, but no, you actually were the one that needed to worry.
That he was. Oh, no.
Oh, the trade, but you avoided it?
He cancels up again. He is just, this movement here is beautiful, but there's nowhere to go. Surely there's no way anymore. He doesn't have a last man standing, so there's nothing to allow you to bring your entire team back. We see one in the middle. He wasn't able to pick it up early. But again, he's still alive, and now he's still top 4. There are only 3 other teams, and again, Easy P is the most terrifying one. Armor and damage is just, he's got to get away from, so he's going to pop his ult once again, tries, just hides in the corner, but there's no easy access anymore. He's doing a lot of damage, but finally gets knocked down, and the MVP logic, he's out of the lobby.
Yeah, I still respect the thought process right there. Look, I can't really go anywhere, so let me just go towards you and try to fight it out and see what happens. Did not pan out, but talk about a valiant effort. Which right now we do see Orange kind of looking at Lime Green, just taking the position. You can't tell really if they want to fight or just hold the position at the moment. They do have that speed train that is gonna just kind of make sure that their opponents don't go too far north. And as the storm is closing, Lime Green, you need to make a decision. You need to do it quickly.
Yeah, but there's no real easy way to go. You attack right into the damage and armor soul. Sure, you can try to do that. Or you can try to go north side, where there's another team who's holding a very, I was going to say holding a very slim choke, but no, it seems like they're already advancing, trying to take that position before the circle gets there, which is just really a good idea. Now, the next level play is to take that freeze wall and just shove a bunch of people into the train. It's not going to happen. Would be really cool. I'd be very happy about it. But at this point, man, I got to say, BUR has a beautiful position on the map. Yeah, again, you're lacking those souls. You're lacking that just hard and fast damage buff, or ability buff, really, because you got the armor as well. Their spot is really hard to attack into between the trees and the incoming train, and everything else is now
okay.
It's gonna be okay.
I won't ask questions. And I didn't catch this, BeoMulf. Was the campfire picked up actually by the Orange team? Are they just going to be able to deploy that and kind of have that huge advantage as the circle gets smaller?
I'm not sure. Knowing them, I wouldn't be surprised, though. And the cool thing about this is now we're going to see just engagement, but it's 4-on-2. There's no way this works. But what this does mean is that our Orange team is going to try to be able to third party. Flappy Penguin still dodges. The trains aren't doing their job. We need to buff the trains. But anyways, that armor damage toll is doing work here as our green team, well, I guess our 2 green teams, but GG tries to make something happen, at least maybe getting second place. But it just gets really awkward. And by the way, I think it is GG, the team that got in there first. They have an advantage. It's 3 versus 1 from BUR. But running over that cliff just a little bit scary. Runs bottom side, dodges again, but he's doomed in the ground. And now we got 2 teams left. We have our lime green team with a last man standing with for 3 minutes. And Items and Technology is going to try to get on top. One man the bottom side is going to make this last a little bit longer, but it's a 4-on-1. And there's got to be no way, right?
There's no way unless you somehow bait them to glide and you get that snipe. That's really your best bet, but that's going to be so difficult. And our team, they know. They don't need to take any risk right now. Oh, and gliding in the skies. Is that your chance? No, it is not. And our team going to clean it up.